I gotta do something here. How you doing? Give me a second. Give me 1 second to wait, is this gonna work here? There we go. Needs to set up my camera. It doesn't actually physically move, but I zoom in and then tilt and shift to various parts of the screen at various different times. And that means I have to click a few buttons, extra buttons, every time to kind of get the camera set in. But I have one button that sets all three of my cameras to everything I want at the same time. Can't hear me. Can't hear me. That's on you. I think. Let me just double check here. Let me just check and see if I can hear anything on my own stream. But thank you. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. I'll tell you in a second if I can hear myself. Yeah, I got it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's good to check though, but I just double check my actual stream, and there is me jabbering away. Look, today is the final day I can wear my 49ers shirt till next year. Probably my your most famous random streamer. Who's your second most favorite random streamer? Also, your third. I need a listed like the top 10. Really, I'll try Twitch. Well, I think, again, I think other people can seem to hear me. So, I did just check my, is the colors changing? I think it's freaked out by my red shirt today. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention I was about to have my first sip of Diet Coke of the day. Probably, just one. Ooh, there we go, pouring out of the can. Oh, you hear that? Well, good luck figuring out the audio stuff. Sim Racer and found this guy's awesome stream on. Okay, well, speaking of today's stream, let me give you the introduction. Here's the beautiful blue Bluetooth controller. Yeah, and it is. I do. It's a sustainable stream. It doesn't have to be that good, really. I do have to be fully powered up with the Diet Coke. I do have to have the charge. It's rechargeable. It's got to be charged. Yeah, it's fine in Twitch and not in YouTube. It's the same data stream. You know what I mean? I'm broadcasting. I'm multi-broadcasting, but I believe it's the exact same data stream. And what I did was at one point I watched they automatically saves all your VODs on YouTube forever. That's why I don't even bother to really save them on Twitch. But it saves them like YouTube, and so I watched a couple of them and made sure I could hear the VODs fine. In other words, the recording audio seemed to be fine. All right, so there'll be some flying around. Now today I got a special guest, a friend of mine who's also a streamer. She does not stream on YouTube or Twitch anymore. She used to stream on Twitch. She streams as Milo Lantana, but she's only streaming on Kick. And she's kind of a Kick partner and things like that. But she does she's just kind of a Midwestern style streamer. I've been following her for years and years and years and years. She's snowboarding this weekend at a place called Sundown Mountain, Iowa. So we're going to fly over it. She's actually live streaming from the resort, and we're going to do the virtual flyover. If it's not long enough for one stream, I appreciate that. I think Hopigal is using an app, and I think that's one thing. You might be using a browser, because I'm looking in the browser, and I'm wondering whether the app is finicky about audio or something like that. But she also said, Redleaf, she has also mentioned that other YouTube streams on that app sound fine. So it's a little more mysterious than you think, but I don't think it's anything I can do. I think it's it's something on the end, but I'm trying to monitor it, because if I hear something else, like on the internet, it's like, oh yeah, some people are complaining about my YouTube stream when I'm multi-streaming. Because yes, I'm streaming on Twitch, I'm streaming on YouTube. I recommend YouTube because YouTube doesn't have any ads, and Twitch will occasionally have a stupid ad. I'm not turning them off. They want to pay their bills. I'm all for it. Cheers. Oh, let's just try it again. So Dubuque, Iowa will be our first start off the point. We got some fun stuff going on here. The controller, you mean the what's called a Horizon controller? I don't remember what it's called or something like that. It's can't remember what it's called. The one that has the 4 controllers on it. I did look at it. It's kind of expensive. The one that has like the 4 analog controllers. Like I have a 3 controller system here. It does look really cool. I might consider it. The thing it doesn't have that my controller, regular old Xbox controller, has is 2 analog sticks. here, and so while I'm flying, most of the time I got my left thumb here and I'm flying the plane, right? And my right thumb here and I'm looking around. And that's something that I'm really used to. And that controller only has one analog stick. It's got a D-pad, analog stick, and then a bunch of controllers that are purpose-built. But I'm thinking probably maybe not. But I'll have to consider it again, and especially if they came out a version that had the two analog sticks. I would definitely consider it. All right, so let's get over to Microsoft Flight Simulator. That's not it. That's it there. There we go. Oh, yeah, so there's even more new stuff, potentially. Let's just see. I mentioned the other day I was interested in downloading the freeware Liberator. I gave it a whirl, but I haven't even looked to see if it's not here. We're not going to try it. It's the B-24. I do like the vintage planes, but let's see if I got into my game even. I think it comes in some liveries too. Wow, that's pretty wild. Let's see if it runs. Strawberry Bitch, that would be against terms of service. Let's do 186 though. That looks pretty bold. I'm not going to try to cold start this 4-engine bomber from World War II. But I'm going to fly. I'm going to try to fly it. Let's give it a whirl. It was free. All right. So the departure is going to be Dubuque, Iowa. We know it's west of Chicago, kind of north. I can find it right here on the map. And then the place we're going to is just west of Dubuque. Let's see. Do we have an actual airport around here? D3. Back in the FSX days, just DC3s. That would be kind of fun. I mean, the thing is, though, what do we got here? Anderson. Where's it? Dubuque. Is there an actual? Okay, here's Dubuque Regional South. So we're gonna head up. We're gonna take off from there. We got 6,200 feet of concrete. Take off from there. We're gonna head north to Dubuque. Then we're gonna head west to Asbury, and about further west, you can see Dubuque and then Asbury, and then a point. Imagine a point about that distance where that kind of hole is, and there's a little thing that says there. It says Anderson. That's right around where Sundown Mountain Resort is. I think we'll be able to find it. If not, we might have to fly around a bit. First time flying the B-24, me personally, Liberator. Let's just see how it goes. I don't know. But anyway, my friend Milantana is snowboarding there today. She's getting ready to go. She's suiting up. She's going to go for runs. Yesterday, she did it too. This is what it looked like. It's snowing there. We may not be able to handle this weather. Before we take off, let's take a look around. So my point is, as I mentioned before, this is a freeware plane. I just downloaded it from flightsim.to. So I mentioned before, when I'm using my left thumb here, that controls the yoke. And when I move my right thumb, that controls the view. And I need to have that on one controller. I'm just used to it. All right, so what do we got here, by the way? We got ground services, open bomb bay, waste gunners. That's pretty cool. Starter off, primed, condition on, combustion on. Are the chocks on or not? I'm undergoing a cat attack at this moment. Here he is. There's the Mo right there. This is my kitty Mo. He likes to be a beastie Mo. He likes to be on stream for sometimes. And he's just a very purry birdie. All right, let's see. Does this work here? Okay, I control my engines. RPM control. Yes. Mixture. Oh, yeah, let's go in here. Home. Okay, I want to look at what we got here. It's the first time I've ever seen this. Yeah, that's Mo. Mo says hi back. Okay, but question is... Okay, I was going to look and see. I mean, obviously the bomb bay is not open now. But just give me a second. Let's see what happens if I click this here. Okay, yeah, you can see the bomb bay open there. Okay. And it's kind of on the sides. Okay. We'll have to see that from the air. And the waste gunners. Okay. The waste gunners are a thing I think that kind of pops out in flight or something like that. And you don't want to have them during takeoff or landing because they're below I believe the plane. Anyway, let's fly around a bit. Okay, so home, that's aircraft. Matt, by the way, yeah, I'm wearing my 49ers faithful outfit today. That doesn't show anything. Oh yeah, there we go. All right. Raster, oh my goodness. Okay, fine. Autopilot. This is considered one of the best freeways. You get all this stuff. You get an autopilot. You know, not part of the original system. Okay, home. That's the consolidated. All right. So let's see here. You got a lot of stuff. Okay, so I got. You can see there's 4 throttles. That's the T. I'm controlling them. I have 3 sticks, and they're universally controlling, like the mixture. That's full mixture on that side, and this. I think there's a propeller. What is that? Oh, that's the supercharger. I don't know if there's a propeller control on these. Those are fire handles, but you can see it's very detailed. All right, let's see what we got here. We got flaps are set, trim is set. Let's call in, check out. I assume we probably already have takeoff privileges. Yeah, we're cleared for takeoff. All right, well, let's fly this around for the first time. I'm gonna advance everything to the firewall and release the brakes. Let's keep her down the runway here. I have no idea what rotation is, first time. But I do love these big old planes. You can feel it rumbling down there. It's interesting. It's a tricycle. It's a tricycle gear, and at a time that a lot of these kind of planes were designed as tail draggers. What's our speed? 110. That's got to be enough, right? That's got to be enough to pull off. Okay, I'm rotating. We are flying. That's the co-pilot seat. All right. Does the gear even come up? Oh, it does, right? Oh, look at that. Kind of folds to the sides, and it's. Oh, I like this. So that's the gear coming up. We're gonna put my flaps in. But yeah, we can't see nothing. I will change the weather to pretend it's not actually snowing. I like to see the ground. But we are going to head north to Dubuque. It's a beautiful looking plane. I have no idea what a efficient realm for the engines is. I assume it's around here. All right, so yeah, we're not going to find anything. So we're going to this is the actual. I have live weather. I mentioned this before. You can have live weather, and it gives you the actual weather, and it is snowing there because it's snowing there. But if you want to see something, we can give like scattered clouds, and that way we can see the actual ground. All right, so and I should be able to actually see Dubuque from here. Okay, there's the airport back that way. Oh, I can't see nothing. Okay, there's a road heading up that way. It should be to the north. But also there's a river. There's the river. It's this way here. It's to the northeast. So we're gonna check out Dubuque. Then we're gonna head west to Sundown to Asbury. And from there, we're going to try to fly over it's called Sundown Mountain Park, Sundown Resort. I do want to see if I can figure out how to turn off the radio. Did I turn on the weather accidentally? Oh, thank you for this actual subscription. Wow. That's a thing. Yeah, I'm about to hit the ground here. We're gonna fly low. Do you remember the scene in Dr. Strangelove? We gotta pretend we're dropping an atomic bomb on the Ruskies, which he might have done in a B-24 Liberator at the time. That might have been one of his roles. All right, we're coming up Dubuque, Iowa. I guess Dubuque. Oh, by the way, this river represents the dividing line between Iowa and Wisconsin. You learn something every day. Yes, I appreciate that. My Diet Coke is running low. It's not. I got plenty. Got it. You're from the other side of the universe, also known as YouTube land. All right. Well, basically, I'm going to call this downtown Dubuque. Right. Hold on. Maybe not. Hold on a second here. I'm looking at my Google Maps over here. But yeah, no. Well, it's always appreciated. Only subscribe if that money is not important to you. Okay, this is a casino and resort. It's called the Q Casino and Resort. Okay, all right. So this whole area to the left of us is Dubuque. To the right would be Wisconsin, but it's not really a populated part of Wisconsin. So this is basically kind of the easternmost city of Iowa, or this part of Iowa. But yeah, so that island has a resort on it, and that's why there's all that parking, big parking lot. You know, as I say, I appreciate it, but I'm not doing this. I'm only doing this for performance, to scratch my performance bug, and not to raise any cash. I'm a professional software engineer. I do pretty good as a software engineer for the bank. All right, we're gonna head west, so we've got to head due west here. From here to get to Asbury. You can see we are seeing the what it would look like from the ground if it were a nice sunny day, but it's not. It's actually a snowy day there. We have very little visibility. And Dubuque, I mean, it doesn't have much of a downtown. I guess kind of there's the downtown. I've never been to Dubuque, Iowa. It looks pretty nice. I mean, again, I'm not a winter person. I've never really lived somewhere where it looked like that in the winter. I live in Pleasant, California. It's never snowed here in the last many hundreds of years. All right, so following this road, I think, right? We want to be heading due west. There's Dubuque. This little area here is going to be Asbury. We're going to, hold on a second here. Okay, so I'm actually looking at the road maps on. I just want to make sure I kind of know where I am. We're heading due west. From there. And this is that turn there, that road, right? That turn. It's kind of a major road. Perfect. I just want to make sure I know where I'm. Oh yeah, I'm exactly there. And where is Sundown Mountain Resort? Due west from here. All righty. Aim due west. We should fly over it. My friend Milo Lantana is live broadcasting on her Kick channel. So yeah, the real world visibility is only 9, not very good, but I changed the weather up so we can see the actual ground. No, it's nice. So this is effectively a suburb of Dubuque, which is effectively, it's due west of Chicago. It's a couple hours to Chicago. I want to make sure we stay flying here. We should be able to see what the runs look like. Okay, there's that road. Hold on a second there. Okay, that road turns left. Right there, but we're going to keep going straight, right? Yeah, we keep going straight, even a little to the right of west. I kind of think we see it up ahead. It has lots of chair lifts. It's got a whole set of groomed runs, and a lot of it's basically a resort. I'd never heard of it until yesterday. And that's why we're heading there. But we're going to fly over. We're going to wave at my friend Milo. She's not going to see us because she's actually in the real world and we are not. But she is actually there. I think she's a real person. She could be AI generated, but it's unlikely. All right, so we come over here. There's a bunch of parking for this area here. Hold on a second. What is this area here? Okay, that's that area. Right, and we should see Asbury Road. Is there a little stream there too, kind of? I think it's it. Up ahead, no, a little further up. Pretty area. A lot of snow. We're taking advantage of the winter. If I go much further ahead, like more than 2 minutes ahead and don't see it, I think I passed it. It may not really be that easy to see from the air. Okay, so there's this road, and that continues and makes a right turn. What about this intersection here? Can I figure out this intersection? Might still be ahead. Might not. I don't know. I mean, we should be able to see some kind of. Well, maybe that road could head up that way. It could really be anywhere around here. I don't know if it'll show actual chairlifts on the ground. Sometimes they do, but not that commonly. But it has. I can see how it has a bunch of chairlifts. think this is the road. Okay, so then this road turns left here. Right? Or is it? Yeah, I think it's got to be around here. Yeah, it doesn't look like a lot from the air. Oh, this is an interesting road kind of curve. How this kind of makes this circle here. I should be able to find this. It's a very distinctive looking road structure. So where's that? I think it's up ahead. Yeah, not pretty lost. That's fine. All right, let's fly around a bit. It is in this general area. It might be this kind of one of these up ahead here. Because I see some kind of groomed slope areas here. It definitely looks like an area where it doesn't look exactly like it is on the map. But the map is not one-to-one. It's usually not one-to-one. But you want to see these areas where there's hills. Now these might be. No, I don't think those are chairlifts. They're too long. That's just okay. It's a beautiful part of the world. All right, we're flying the Liberator bomber around. That's what it looks like from the inside. I mean, I haven't really taken a lot of time to kind of figure out what the secondary control systems are, landing gear, but it's pretty basic for just regular flying. It'll be interesting to see if we can land it. Now, of course, the only place to land in the area is where we took off from, even anywhere near close. So that's kind of this direction. Well, the other thing I do is, I can look at this thing, my flight planner. See if it shows. Okay, that's showing kind of where I am. Hold on a second here. Relative to that water feature, which is pretty big. Which river is this? Okay, well, that's the actual, whatever it is, the major river there. Okay, got it. All right. So sundown is, okay. It's going to be this way. Right around where that IA-54 marking is, I believe. We were pretty close, but I don't think right on it. Let's try it. I think this is where it's going to be around. If we find it, we do. If we don't, we don't. But yeah, it's nice to be able to get a free plane like this. And again, these it comes with a bunch of liveries. I believe it has a place where you can go. No, I gotta trim it a little bit here. I have a little positive trim to keep the nose up here. Wait a positive trim there. I think it's around here. Right, just beautiful stuff. So I believe, yes, I believe there is a, you can really see that big move around here. Like a station for the front gunner. Let's see if we can find it. I don't know if it'll be on one of these. Yeah, you have to go into free look to find that one. Whoop. But I think you can get in there. You know, I think I have to figure out some of that stuff, like where that front gunner is. Oh yeah, I wanted to see there was a thing there. Right, we want to try this. This is the mast of the side gunners. I guess they're in the side there. They open those doors and they pop out. You can see they pop out the machine guns on the side. There's one on each side. But yeah, you're not. I guess you're not supposed to land with those open. You can see a dude in there with his machine gun. Kind of cool. Right there, there's two of them. That's pretty cool. There's a lot of little features. We're gonna have to, and again, a free one. And they're there closing up there. So kind of closing up and moving around, and then closing the window. Fun little stuff, really, though. It's cute. Okay. I'll just, again, I'll play with this some other time, but I'm just curious to find out what the landing. Oh yeah, I think we passed over where it is. It's kind of over there. Anyway, this is the general area. All right, so we're gonna go back to the aeropuerto which we took off from, which is down here. So down here, the south here, KDBQ, Dubuque International, or Dubuque Regional, I guess it is. Oh, that's the only place that has a runway, even close enough to be able to land. By the way, we're going to do a second flight today. I thought for a good reason, because I figured, you know, this is basically just a little flyover and test out of the 24. For some random reason, before the show, I was thinking it might be fun. We flew over a volcano yesterday. We flew over Mount Vesuvius. I thought it might be fun to go to Mauna Kea and fly over the telescopes, which we've done many times before, but not recently. So who knows? And it's a beautiful flight. We're going to take off from Kona. We're gonna fly around that area, and then it's gonna have to be a jet because you got to get up to 14,000 feet to overtop the top of Mauna Loa. I think I mean Mauna Kea. Mauna Kea is the one with the Mauna Kea is the one with the telescopes. Mauna Loa is to the side. It doesn't have anything on it. They're both huge. They're two of the giant, the big of the 5 volcanoes on the island of Hawaii. But of course, before we do that, we're going to attempt to do a first-time landing of the B-24. Not the first time it's ever landed, but the first time I've ever landed it, okay? I don't imagine, you know, again, I'm not going to call in or anything like that. I am going to do things like bring the flaps in, flaps down, gear down, that kind of stuff. I don't expect it to be too wild. All right, let's see. We're in spit distance of the airport, so we're going to go 2 flaps down. 2 chunks down on the flaps area. They start to come down there. We'll go ahead and lower our landing gear. So I hear that little whine there. I push the gear button, and there it starts to come out. You can see it comes kind of folds in from the side. It's funny. Every plane has a different approach to landing gear folding, especially back then because they were trying all sorts of different things. But there we go, tricycle landing gear. Oh, let's actually fly to where we want to go. Oh wait, which is the? All right, less power, more down. I guess we're trying to land on this one here, and it doesn't really matter. I mean, it does matter ultimately. I'm watching Milo on one side of the screen. Are we going to come in and make this turn? Oh, sharper. Sharper. This is not much of a lineup. But, you know, any landing you survive is a good one. Oh, I think it might have been premature on that landing you survive. It's a nice landing. Okay, no power. There you are. That's power. Stay on the runway if we can. Braking. Not going to brake for that turn there. Go to the next one. You know, considering my first try landing this one, it's okay. It went okay. What else do you get on this thing? I'm going to try to park this and take a look. Now that we've had our first little checkout ride, I have not successfully attempted the engine startup sequence. That I would obviously have to go to the, to the checklist for. Oh, that's not much of a turning radius there. And we get there eventually. Hopefully we do not damage our landing gear. It did a very slow turning radius. That's full turn there. I love it. We're like on some very uneven ground here. It's an interesting kind of design for the landing gear. It's kind of low. I feel like they're kind of short. I want to see if we can do free look, go into free look and look around inside. Because I think there's a lot of details on the interior that we have not seen yet. But yeah, no, I just downloaded it from flightsim.to for free. Seems like it should be a fun plane. A lot of things to learn about it. Where does it want us to park? This is Dubuque Regional. So I don't think they have international flights here. It's not much of a turning radius on this point. We don't need this up here. Alright, we're parked. Alright, parking brake on. Okay, well, yeah, I was gonna say, right, like, can you open, I believe, like, can you open some of these windows? No, emergency use only. They got the visor. Let's see, so there's that stuff. Alright, we can put our chocks down. So that's, you can see wheel chocks down there. Okay, that's good. Can we open up beyond the bomb bay? Can we open up any other doors? I think that's it. Right? So all you get is the waist gunners, which looks pretty cool. You can do that. You can see them here opening up there in the back, sticking their guns out, which are on these little rotating things. And then you can see the guy in the back. He's quite detailed as well. And then there's the front gunner. So I guess there's 4 gunner stations, back, front, and the sides. But yeah, I want to see. Okay, we're in free look mode. Can I get inside the plane? We can get, first of all, nice and close up. You can see like what bunch of detail. We'll get inside. Yeah, you can see, get inside if you're careful. And so you can see these guys are in the standing position and how they would have. The guns were actually kind of on a suspended thing, I think. Oh, maybe from under suspended. That's kind of cool, though. Then we got this bulkhead here. Okay, this is bomb. So the bomb bay is not open, but when it is, you can see out through there. And then this is that front gunner position I mentioned. That's a little hard to kind of read where I want to there. You see he's there. That's pretty close up. It looks like the front gunner has 3 different machine guns that he could possibly fire. I wonder how that works. It almost looks like 1 he's aiming with his feet, and 2 he's aiming with each hand. I don't know if that would have been true. How that would have worked. Interesting. And then, oh yeah, there's more because there's this guy here, the top guy, this top bubble. And so, okay, some of them had a bottom blister that came out, but I don't believe this kind of plane did. So anyway, well, that's kind of fun. I just downloaded it. It's kind of cool looking. All right, so if I set the mixture to 0 to cut, and the throttle to cut, will that shut the engines off? It appears to not do that. So there must be a fuel control, right? Oh no, they were taking their time, but they're slowing down. Okay, so that shut the engines down. And I'm wondering whether there's like a cowl. There's supercharger. It's like cowl controls, cowl flaps, or auto. I'm gonna take a look around the cockpit for a second here. A mixture. Oh, there's fuel pumps. Okay. Magneto is over here. Okay, interesting. Okay. What's up there? Nothing too much up here. On the top console, there's a bunch of stuff, though. Oh, show curtain, hide curtain. Okay. I think radio stuff or lighting up there. Is there anything down here? This thing here. Don't know what that was for. Can you hide or move this around? Sometimes you can move these around. Doesn't look like you can. But again, for free, you know, it's really fun. I mean, or at least gives you that vibe, you know. I don't see where you can open and close the cowl flaps. And cowl flaps are those things behind the engine. You know, those doors that open up. They open and close at various times. Usually open during takeoff or start, and then close during flight. But sometimes, but open kind of during the run up. It's a cooling. It's a pretty plane though, especially with all the glass, bubbles and details and things you can see through. But then yeah, and like little details. Nice job. Again, great price, 0, free for the download. You just put it in your community folder and it's available to you. All right, I want to do another quick flight because we got time. I mentioned it's for some strange reason I had it in my head to go to Hawaii. This will be good because we did a cold weather flight. Now we're going to do a hot weather flight. All the way over in Hawaii, the Big Island, and we're going to fly over the telescopes which are here on Mauna Kea. But we're going to take off from Kona International. It's really the closest. And not in the Liberator. It's not going to get us up there. We need something jet powered. I mean, it would get us up there, but we'd have to spend a long time getting up to altitude. So what could we go in that I know is kind of interesting? And, you know, we could take up the 117 since we just got it updated yesterday. We're going to configure that up. I think, yeah, no, we got plenty of runway where we're going here. Let's check out this one here. Right? Are there any like really fun, weird ones? Fine. They're all about the same. I just think it's fun to check out the telescopes. Hello, my departure. There we go. Onizuka, Ellison Onizuka. By the way, it's named after the astronaut from Hawaii who lost his life on the space shuttle Challenger, I think, but I don't remember which one. One of the space shuttles. Okay, ready to fly. I'm not starting it. I did not successfully cold start it the other day. All right, good. We got takeoff trim set. Now, I mentioned before, the most important thing about taking off in this plane is it has a flaw, which some planes do, which is if you over-rotate during takeoff, you'll stall and flip onto your back and then die. It's fine. You just got to be careful not to over-rotate on takeoff. It's not a big deal. All right, let's fly around. Okay, full power. Full power. Let them build up. Take off the parking brake. You can see from the narrow shape of this plane, you can tell it's going to need quite a bit of speed before we're rotating. We need about 150 knots, which we will get there. It's going to take a little while. As I mentioned, you know, it's not necessarily designed for short runways. All right, 155 knots, 160 knots. Bring the nose back. We're flying. Gear coming up. Now again, the important thing is to carefully watch. So now I'm taking my stick and I'm moving my stick back to the neutral position to avoid it from over rotating, and then you lose your speed and then you flip over on your. Ask me how I know. I did it like the first 5 times I ever tried to fly in this game. All right, so this way you're gonna quickly fly. Okay, that's the Kona International Airport there. Quickly, you can just fly a little bit down the road here. There's a bunch of resorts. There's a bunch of golf courses. Downtown Kona, Kailua Kona is right here. It's not much of a downtown. You know, you can imagine people are here for the timeshare rentals, you know, for the golf course, and they just, you know, but, you know, there's a few hotels down there, but it's not really the thing. It's really more to go to a resort. But you can see this is the Big Island of Hawaii. We're going to be heading onto the north, kind of the north highest point of it in our F-117. Take a little trip up and check out the telescopes. It's not the best sightseeing plane in the world. It's not the worst. It's very smooth. Okay, this little section here is downtown Kailua Kona, and that's like the old hotel, which I don't even know is in business anymore. Right there. I used to live in this area. I lived right around here for about 2 years in the late 90s and earlier 2000s, 99, 2000, 2001. I lived right around here. Up the hill, right around, I think in this area up here. Somewhere up around there. On this street here. Right there, right below me. It was nice. I actually owned the house at the time I bought it. It wasn't very expensive. All right, let's go up to where I want to go. I always like to fly over where I used to live, but other than that, it's fine. You can see all that water vapor coming off. It's a beautiful simulation. I love it. Pulling some G's. That's 3.1 G's. It's not a lot of G's. Come on, folks. You can handle it. And up ahead, in the distance, it doesn't look like much. It doesn't look like a big hill. But man, it's a big hill. Actually, that's, yeah, we don't see it quite yet. We're gonna put on the full blasters here, because again, not only do we have to go a ways, we have to get up to 14,000 feet, and up there, there's gonna be a whole bunch of telescopes. Some of the most amazing science in the world. Now, I've been to the place where we're going, the telescopes, twice. I mean, because I live there, so people would come visit. I'd be like, oh, let's go see the telescopes at the top of Mauna Kea. And during the day, they're not operating, so it's fine. At night, they don't. You're not supposed to use your lights. You're not supposed to have your traffic lights. So you can kind of see. It just looks like a big kind of a hill there. Oh no, this is not Mauna. Sorry, this is not Mechanic. This is shoot, I forgot what it's called. Haleakala. No, it's another. It's one of the smaller volcanoes. This is nothing. I mean, we're only at what 7,000 feet. I forget which one this is called. There's like 5 or 6. But this is kind of one of the more active ones. But the real active volcanoes are in the south. As we get over this hill, this effectively small hill, we're already 805 feet. You see in the distance our destination. That's Mauna Kea. You can see this is really a volcano though. It's got them craters, and usually a lot of craters. Hawaiian volcanoes are very distinctive looking, kind of unusual. That's what they look like. They're very kind of pockmarked. They did not like the Italian, like we saw the Vesuvius, the Italian one yesterday. And it does not look like the Hawaiian volcanoes. Volcanoes are very distinctive. But the Vesuvius, it's only like 4,000 feet is the height. It's not a very high volcano. This one's 14,000 feet. And if you think about it, it's on an island which is in the middle of the ocean, and the depth of the ocean is 20,000 feet. So technically, this is the top of, if you consider the entire island to be a mountain, this is the peak of the mountain that's 34,000 feet tall. It's about as, if you put it on land at the height that and from the sea bed and stuck it next to Everest, just as tall as Everest. Not actually as tall as Everest, but you get what I'm saying. If you could imagine, if you could see, if the Earth, the ocean's right up, and you could see the floor of the ocean, it's much more impressive than it looked. You can see all around it. I mean, this is a big island. You can't see anything yet. But on the top of that, we're up to 13,000 feet, so we're already up to the point where we can start lowering our climb rate here. Just head straight to the top of the volcano, so you can drive up there. It's kind of a wide road too. It's not a scary, windy mountain road. I mean, it's hard on your car's engine because it's 15 degrees for a long period of time, or like 12 degrees, I think. So anyways, you can see, okay, so down here, there's something called the Belt Road. The Belt Road goes across the island and goes from Kona to Hilo. Hilo's way to the east. But then there's also, off the Belt Road is the kind of, there's some things, there's not much here. There's a little village, there's some kind of naval, some kind of military base. Like training base. And then there's a visitor center, which is not all the way up the side by any means. It's kind of close to the base, but we're way high up here. And you can start to see, okay, so behind us, this is the vista. This is what it looks like too. I've flown over it a few times. And you can see all sorts of little, like, ash craters all over the side of this gigantic mountain. But this is not going to blow. This mountain has already moved off the hot spot enough where it's not going to blow. It's dormant. So is Mauna Loa. There's plenty of active volcanoes, but this one has, it's had its day for eruptions. Apparently, I don't think it's going to erupt again. Mauna Loa erupts. All the others, I think, do erupt, but Mauna Kea being the kind of the farthest one doesn't erupt. You kind of see here, we're going to have to make a stop. I think until we get close, not all of the. Let's just see. You know what? This is not as good as 2020. 2020 has better ones. These are not good. This is another case. I haven't flown out here in 2024. 2020 has actual. These are all domed telescopes, and none of them are actual buildings that look like that. None of them. So I gotta say, this is another case where 2024 and 2020 are incomparable, and 2020 is the winner. If we were in 2020, you'd see that the telescopes at the top of Mauna Kea look like telescopes. I mean, I get that they're buildings here and you kind of see what's intended, but that's, it's good that we tried it. Now we know. All right, let's go land. That's going to be the flight simulating for today. So I was going to say we'll get off the plane to look at the telescopes, but we would only do that in 2020 because in 2024, apparently they don't look that good. All right, we're going to head down to Hilo, the other airport, the other major airport. Which is to the east. Beautiful day for flying, though. That's what the, Mauna Kea looks like. I mean, they got the coloration and the kind of the look of it's very desolate, and there's not a lot growing on it, really. I mean, there is if you got up close, until you get lower, and then you see that there is stuff, as soon as you get kind of lower than about 7,000 feet, you're in the place where it can go. It's quite cold up there. It'll be like, you leave the beach, it's 80 degrees. You get up there, it's about 38 degrees or 40 degrees. So if you don't plan ahead and bring a coat with you, you do want to do that. And I haven't figured out how to use any of these internal electronic systems. Not that I depend on them, but it'd be nice to at least know how they work. But it's a beautiful and very, the fact that it's a real plane, just every little view it has is kind of amazing. All the other thing is there's a Bombay door somewhere, right? Where would the Bombay? I know you can open the Bombay doors, but I haven't figured out where the button is. That's brakes, generator. I wonder, I would think weapon systems would normally be kind of in the middle. Battery, generators. Canopy open. Computer. Again, I have to spend some time kind of probably offline figuring this out. All right, we're going to pass the airport. We're going to fly over Hilo, and then we're going to come back and land at Hilo, which is right down here. Hilo being the other kind of big-ish city on the main island, the big island of Hawaii. It's not much going on in Hilo. I'd rather Kona side's a little nicer, but it's about right. Hilo and Kona both, especially Hilo, it can be quite rainy. Raining a lot. Very, one of those tropical. It's warm. Oh, it's hot out. And then it's raining really hard. And then it stops raining. It's really hot out again. So it can be very refreshing. We're going fast. I like going fast. The other thing is we wouldn't be able to see, but the actual, if you've been watching, the Kilauea has been erupting a lot and sending out huge fountains of lava. It's not something you can really see in the game, though. I mean, we can go where that is, but you're not going to see lava fountains shoot down. All right, this is the landing field, but we're going to pass it and come back. It looks like there's 2 runways, but it wants us to use... Which one does this want us to use? Kind of the one that... okay. Well, that's Hilo right there. This is the Hilo International Airport. It is international. Which is the runway? I guess this one here that we're passing over here. So we'll come out over this side here. We're going to turn around and we're going to land on this runway here. Sounds like a plan. Now, as I like to say... talk about the landing, not a huge challenge to land necessarily, but one thing you don't have in this plane that many other planes have, including a lot of other military planes, is flaps, which are typically used for takeoff and landing. Like many planes that have this delta wing formation, there's really nowhere to put the flaps, where they would do much of anything. So you have to use the angle of attack to slow your plane down, and be very careful with it. Okay, where are we going here? All right, we got enough separation here. I'm going to move the engines down a lot here, and we're going to make a sharp turn. That'll help us burn off a lot of speed. See all that water, that low pressure water vapor coming off. I'm asking to see if we can get some gear to come down at some point. We're going too fast for gear. Shut the engines down a little bit. Hello, gear. Do I have any form of brakes? Do I have any like brakes? No. Oh, gear came down. Finally went slow enough for the gear to come down. All right, let's see if I can figure out how to land. We're going mighty fast. Now the issue is, as soon as we hit the ground, we're going to hit this over here. It says drag shoot handle. And that will help us slow down because we're going to need it. Because we're going mighty fast. I got the engines completely idled. Actually, we're not going that fast. All right, I'm ready to hit that drag chute as soon as we hit this ground here. Drag chute. There you go. You can really feel you pull you back. And there's the drag chute. It's pretty cool looking. These regular brakes too. With the drag chute armed like that, I gotta go back in. It makes it pretty easy to land. It's kind of cool. And without that drag chute, I mean, a lot of planes, there's no way you could stop. But with it, all you got to do is basically get your ass on the ground, hit that drag chute. It does not launch automatically. You got to know that it's right there, your handle right there. But then we're going to open up the canopy and take a look around here. All right, so we took off from Kona. We checked out they don't look good in 2024. I'm kind of sad. 2020, they look really good. I'll show you tomorrow. We'll fly around tomorrow. I'll show you 2020 what they look like. Totally different. It's another case of where the 2024 models have been downgraded. For example, Griffith Park Observatory in Los Angeles. You know, it looked great in 2020. Really good. In 2024, it's you don't want to get too close. And I don't, I would just appreciate it when, if they would have the same model, the same quality models. I don't see why they wouldn't be compatible. All right, this engine here. Again, it's a busy airport. We're not seeing kind of the whole of it here. Got a couple of different sections to it. Where is the main airport's down? Main airport's down to the left here. All right, so we're gonna unlock the canopy. That's there. Canopy unlocked. That doesn't open it though. You gotta hold the open button. Which is here. All right, up this way. There it goes. You can hear the button too, which is kind of cool. All the way, please. Okay, 100%. So that's the canopy open feature, which is pretty cool. Again, I paid money. I think I paid money for this for 2020, but then they just came out with a freeware update for the 2024 version. So that's why I'm flying in it. It's a pretty and very unusual platform. I do want to figure out how we can open up the bay. I know I remember opening it up where it's seeing the missiles. You can see I mentioned this before. Primary mission is to fly over, early, before other planes do, and use harm anti-radiation missiles to take out the military radar systems before the other planes come in to prevent them from being seen. I want to park near you. A little further. Oh, got the salute. That means it was a good parking job, by the way, when they do that. It's a little detail. Okay, Um, right. So there's that. There's me and my little baseball cap. That's not standard issue operating thing there. And you see on the ground, I think those doors open up automatically as auxiliary inputs for the engine. But in the air, they close. There's a bunch of stuff like that. Little doors that open and close. But again, I don't remember. The one I was looking for is the weapons bay. And I don't remember if I have any idea where it is. This is heating, canopy. If I zoom in, does something say weapons? FLIR, antenna, oxygen, general power. That's UHF. Okay, that's radio. Radar altimeter, stall warning. It could also be up here, right? Because there's attack. Like one of these do anything? Okay, nav. Okay, these are autopilots. What do these do? None of these really do anything, right? Just some brightness controls. That's the drag. I figure what that is. Okay, lights. Engine push. What does that do anything? Cool. APU, EPU. I don't know what that is. Let's see. Fuel system. I'm just checking out where everything is. I'm having a good time. Seat adjuster. Cool. Lights are over there. I don't see anything so far that would indicate where you might open or close a bomb bay. Let's see. EPU ground test. Let's see. What are these? Canopy eject, which doesn't do anything. It's probably right around the throttle. Like if you advance the throttle, is there something under? What's under here? There's some weird stuff under there. Yeah, I don't see anything that shows. Again, I think it's one of these. I think it's usually something in the center console. It might be literally something on the stick too, right? I guess. We turn the yoke back on. Is any of these things that do something? Yeah. I just don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't remember. I'd have to look it up. But I'm 99% sure there's a way of opening up that bomb bay. It's underneath there, and you can see it from the inside there. You can kind of see it from there. There's doors there. If we go out on the outside view, I think you can see better that there's these doors there, and they open up. And if we go inside, you can see that's where the missiles. Those are missile hangars there, and they move down along with the doors, and then they launch the missile. So I know there's the system is there. Cool, very nice looking details. All these cool details. Yeah, okay, that's not a refueling port. That's an infrared window. I don't know where refueling would be either, or if that's implemented. Lots of interesting stuff. All right, we're gonna stop the flight simulating until tomorrow. There'll be more flight simulating tomorrow. It is what it is. But we are gonna, by we I mean me and the mouse in my pocket. We're gonna switch over to the just chatting category here. Let's see. Successfully just chatting. Quit to desktop. And that's so I can play some big brain games. It's something I just do on a daily basis. And that's the brain gaming. Let me get it set up for you here. Where do I do here? Okay. That's not it. Let me get it set up here. We'll start with the Quirtle. The Quirtle. That's me playing it's a lot like the Wordle. It's just a warm-up game. Except you're solving for 4 words that 5-letter words at the same time. I use my standard set of 3 starting words for all these 5-letter word games. Okay, what do we got here? Roast on the upper left. That's all that could be. Roast. All right, so number 1's down. We got PRO something E. PRO something E. And I think the only thing that can go in there is prove. Oops. PRO is a V, right? I think it's got to be V. Yeah, it does. But there's no V anywhere else. All right. Then we have here, this is interesting. There's an L to place. It could be, it could be a lot of things. It could be droll. I'm just going to droll. It could be drool. It was droll. Okay. Could have been a lot of things. Okay, we're down to the last one. And it is, let's see. There's an O. We know where the O is, and there's an L and an I, and that's all we know. Okay, let me see. Oh, we know the L can only be in one or three. It could be folio. I mean, it might not be folio, but it was folio. Alrighty, what's the next of the big brain games? The next of the big brain games is the revealed. All right, let's play the revealed. Today is a person. The first name is going to have 5 letters, and the last name is only going to have 3 letters. We're going to use this heavily redacted document to try to figure out who the person is of interest. All right, person born November 27th, blank, 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 blank. Died July 20th, blank, blank, was and blank, 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 who was blank for his blank, blank prowess and helped popularize blank, blank, blank in the blank. Blank was born in blank, but he, that's a dude, grew up in blank. He was introduced to the blank, blank at an early age, and his blank was and blank, blank, and part-time blank. The younger blank began appearing in blank as a blank and was frequently blank as a blank, blank, or street blank. Interesting, kind of ish. All right. Who was what is this word here? Actor. Okay, I thought it was an actor, but now we know it's an actor. But it has a 5-letter name and a 3-letter name. I wonder if it's an Asian person. I want to see where he grew up and where. Hong Kong. So I think it is an Asian actor. It's Bruce Lee, right? All right, we needed 2. We needed 2 to get Bruce Lee. I'm pretty good at this so far. He was born in San Francisco, by the way, but he grew up in Hong Kong. Right, it says that there. Blah, 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 blah. There's Bruce Lee. There's your picture of Bruce Lee. There he is. We needed 2 and 0. Other players needed 3.5 on at one point. Pretty easy, actually. But we still did better than other players on average because, you know, we are good. All right, the next game is called the Tightrope. It's the second to hardest of the week. It's a 9-question multiple choice trivia quiz. I consider myself a certified trivia master. Nobody's certified, nobody. I'll take it, but it's time. The most important part of your score is how fast you get the right answer. Let me put it that way. Today we're having the Saturday quiz, which is the second hardest. Again, the Sunday quiz is the hardest. Let's just dive in and get ready to get our asses kicked here. There's a band published in Southeast, the Durian. I mean, if it's sealed up, it's fine, but if you cut it, so buccal fat. Is it rear end? Oh, it's face. Oh, that would make sense. Oosh. These are, that was a hard one. There's an orange lining. It says in case of a crash. Bomber jacket. Oof. Geez, these are hard already. Is it Florida? Don't know any of these. That was totally yes. Happened to be right. We're not gonna cross the chase stripe. I'm already predicting. Sports don't become its official timekeeper. I'm gonna go with Formula One, which is the only, which is, you know what I mean. Needs time kept more than the other sports. Delayed by World War One. Another wild guess. Not a wild guess. We've been to Canberra recently over the game. Perestroika. Was it Gorbachev or Yeltsin? I think it's Gorbachev. Oh my God. I feel like I'm getting super lucky. A parsimonious person is someone who is careful with money. Again, you want to get them fast. As soon as you get see the right answer, you don't want to waste time reading the wrong answers. Bernina's move was to counter the Reformation. 17th century Baroque, not 18th century would have been Impressionism. 17th century is Baroque. You know, we actually I'm kind of surprised I even got across today's tightrope trivia, but except for that one question, got them all right. So we're not going to get Clever Funambulist, which requires 2,300 points, but we should get Walking. Oh, that wasn't so great. Tightrope Boss, it's fine. That's one of the harder ones. That's over. We got a bunch more big brain games to do. Let's do the reunion. It kicked my ass last time. Let's see if we can figure something out this time. Got some interesting letters here. Okay, this U has to go on this row. And so it's either B-A-U something, but what could it be? It could be body. Do we have we have a D? I think it's no, but it can't be body. That Y can't be there. Because the Y would be green if it was there. Could be bayou, B-A-Y-O-U, right? I think this word in the middle is going to be bayou. So if this Y turns green, and this U is also going to turn green, then we also know this O has to go here. All right, so that's good. We made 3 moves in, and all the letters have turned green. So that's positive. I'm trying to get this in 17 move or less. 17 is like par for the course, like golf. And let's see. We know this S is on this, but it's not going to be there. I don't know what that one is. Rebadge. I don't know. Where's this? Let's see. What else? We have some. Oh, right. This A has to go here. And where is the... Oh, and also we have this Y here, something L-Y-W. What could that be? If I could figure what that could be, that's going to be real helpful. Is it going to be Sly something? It has to be Sly, right? Come on, it wasn't. All right, well, I'm just guessing here. Oh, it could be plywood. Fine. All right, one wrong. I'm doing better than I was yesterday. All right, this word here, R something P-E. And it could be R-I-P, like ripen. I think it has to be R-I-P. There may or may not be an N there. But I think there is, so we have an N available. Right? Yeah. And that helps here because we have all the letters for naughty, N-A-U-G-H-T-Y. All right, this game is going a lot better than yesterday's. Oh, I'm saying, I mean, I like it when they're hard too. This word here is something L-O-T-H. It's a very limited number of things it could be. It really has to be sloth. And now we're in this word here. I think what is going to happen is this word here is going to be rebus, and then these are going to stay here. So we'll put read the U there. And then this word on the bottom is just going to be Eddie, E-D-D-Y. We got it 16 moves, even with a bad move, even with one bad move. Yesterday we had like 75 moves. But today we got under par. So yay. Under par being 17. Well, 17 and a half technically. Well, par is 17. My average is slightly over par. All right, that was fun. I enjoyed today's reunion. You know what the next game is? It's one of the most fun games in the world ever created. It's called the New York Times Connections. In the New York Times Connections, we have these 16 words of short phrases. In this case, they're just words. And we got to group them into groups of 4. But the thing to be aware of is that they use a lot of misdirection and wordplay. So you think you got something there, but then that wasn't the right group of 4. All right, let's take a look at what these 16 words are. Plaster, sling, hide, blanket, pelt. Pelt and a hide seems similar. Sink, which could be a kitchen sink or it could be to sink down, to move down. Red, color. Coat. Skin. We got skin and hide and pelt. Cover. Cast. Like cast and sling. Inks. That's got to be wordplay. Simon. Hurl. Kins. And capture. So, I mean, hurl, sling, pelt, and cast. That seems like it could be 4, right? Blanket, coat. Yeah, I don't know. All right, let's try it, see what happens. Got it. Throw. All right. All right, so we got 1 down. We got 3 more to go. Technically, we only have 2 more to go because the last one comes out. All right, plaster, like plaster of Paris, but nothing else would be of Paris. You got a lot of weird. You got sink, skin, kins, and inks are all anagrams of the same word, right? But I don't know if that's necessarily it. Let's just try it. It was it. Anagrams of the same of the same 4 letters. Okay. All right. This is not the hardest one ever. I enjoy it. I'm enjoying it. What we got here is let's see. Plaster, cover, hide, red, Simon, blanket, coat, and capture. Okay. Cover, hide, coat, and blanket. Oof, but also plaster. And what would Simon? Yeah. I'm going to try it. No, 1 away. It's got to be these. Spread over. Okay. So we got 1 wrong. That's it, though. You can get up to 3 wrong. I let you 0 wrong is better. All right, but we had to figure out the last. Simon, hide, red, and capture. Capture the flag. Simon says, hide and go seek. They're like kids games and something red. I can't remember what it's called, but Red Robin or something. They're kids games without the second word, I think, right? First words of the kids games. So yeah, I did get the connection there. First words of kid games: capture the flag, hide and go seek, hide and go seek, red whatever, and Simon says. So that wasn't too bad. All right, I enjoyed that. There's 1 more game to play before we consider it a moving on to the musical performance stream that we always do. I'll do a couple of these. I got plenty of time today. We're going to be like 2.5 hours, I imagine. Roughly 2 hours stream, probably. We'll start with the extreme. That's the warm-up. And then we'll do the rescue, which is the hard one. I mean, I'm just good at these games, so the normal games are too easy for me. But these can be, the extremes can certainly be a challenge. But having 3 powerful starting words. Okay, there's 8 different words, 5-letter words we got to figure out. This one here is going to be yeast, all on the lower left there. I already can see certain patterns coming out right away. This one here is going to be, let's see, smart, right? SMART. This one, let's see if we can get a few more of these pretty easily. Let's see. All we know is there's an A. So EA, yeah, that's not, eager is not right. Let's see, what could that be? A has to go in the first two positions. Hmm. I'll have to come back to that one. That's it. This one might be a tough one. All right, let's keep moving along. So this could be upper left could be float. It could be gloat, but let's just see if it's float. It was float. Yeah, and I knew there was an O there. Actually, I didn't know there was an O there. So now I know it's adore, Adore, or I think it is. Okay, so that helped a lot to get that word. Now we have a word that starts in starts in F. Oh, and it has an A and an R and a C in before the E, so it's farce. We're making some decent progress here. Let's see. Oh, this one we should be able to get because there's a U, an L, and an F. We know where the A is. Is it awful? Because that fits, right? As the F can go there, U can go there, L can go there. The W is available. All right. Okay, and that told us this. Oh, we already knew. Now we know where the U is. Okay, so there's an R. The R can't go there. So what is that one? If it's the R, A R something U, there's no other letters that we know of. There was a auger. No, that's argue, but no E in it. Not azure. And plus the R has to pretty much go there at the end. It's not argue. Right? Oh, it did have a G. Ah, we can still win it. Okay, so it's A something G U R. Is that A U no G U R? Is that how you spell that? Apparently it is. All right. I think we can still potentially win this one. Because we needed that G. All right, so now we know there's an O and an I. And V is available. So it could be vigor. I think it's a good chance it is. We got one more game after this. We did win the extreme, but this is the hardest one. It's called the rescue. And for various reasons. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh gosh, we got a couple easy ones here. This one here has to be molar. It's basically spelled out for us. What do we got here? There's always a few that are easy. This one is T-O and N, and there's an I. T something I-N. T-O something. I know it could be toxin, but could it be anything else? I don't think so, right? Yeah, it's got to be toxin. All right, now we have, that doesn't tell us anything. Here we have an A-L. That's all we know about that one. And here we know there's an O-O-T. It could be O-O-T-H, in which case it could be booth. It could be a couple other things, but I'm going to guess booth. All right, it wasn't booth. Interesting. Interesting. What is it then? Oh, it could be end in Y. So it could be O-O-T-Y. So it could be like sooty, S-O-O-T-Y. Or a couple of other things, I think. Let's hold off on that. But I'm pretty sure what it is. Here we have a word which is going to be, there's an A somewhere. And all we know where the end of the T is. Okay. So it's T. Could it be twang? I mean, it could be. All right, we got lucky there. Now we know this word ends in has EATH, right? So what could it be? I think it can only be Heath. HEATH. I'm going to cross my fingers on that one. Very good. And this one again, it could be Sooty, SOOTY. Because I don't see any other letter can go after that T. I mean, S kind of could, but it can't really. So if it's OOTY, footy, it's not really a word. Is sooty a word? Apparently it is. Who knew? All right. Now we got SAL blank Y. SAL. And it has to be Sally, SALLY, which is not necessarily a first name, by the way. All right, moving along. We got 2 to go. Let's see. We have SAU blank Y. SAU, right? It's got to be SAU and then some other word. So that's going to be saucy, right? I think some other letter. We're doing well on the rescue today, but we have one guess and one word to figure out here. What do we know about it? AU, and then there's an S in there. And an E. So it could be AUSE. In which case it could be pause. PAUSE. All right, we won today's daily rescue game. We didn't win all the games, but we did pretty well on most of them. We were under par. I was under par on the reunion. We were under the average on the revealed. We completed the tightrope, although not all. We got one question wrong on the tightrope, so that's not too bad for a Saturday tightrope. Tomorrow will be even harder. We solved both of the quirtles and both the both the octordals and the quirtle that we went out to solve. And the connections puzzles, we got one wrong, so which is kind of normal. I would say it's a fairly normal connections puzzle. Anyway, thank you for sticking around if you did. But things are going to change here. Things are getting wild and crazy. In that, like every other time I've streamed since hundreds of times. Excuse me. The last half of the stream is a musical performance by yours truly. I play several different music instruments, including the bass, the guitar, and the keyboard for my lounge act, which was yesterday. Today is going to be guitar day. Tomorrow will be bass day. It's definitely going to be this three-way round robin effect there. But I'm going to take a short break and rearrange my cameras and things like that, and get ready for the musical section. We're going to see on that. Oh, by the way, like I always like to say at this point, if anybody's listening, do get ready to smash that mute button as hard as you possibly can. Okay, I mean it's going to be bad. There we go. Very nice. All right, very nice. Okay, let's see what we got here. Music. I'm in the musical category. I've connected up my fancy cheap guitar like I warned everyone is going to happen. Fancy cheap guitar I bought on Amazon. I guess it's like 4 or 5 months ago now already. I shouldn't be buying more guitars because I have roughly 15. But you know, every now and then it was impulse purchase. I mean, each one of these is, first of all, these are made in China. It's a Leo James. It doesn't have any kind of brand name on it. It's very fancy though. I think that's why I call it fancy. It's not. I mean, it's not. You can buy these for between $200 and $300, like under 300. Let me put it that way, which is a lot for a cheap ass fancy. You know, they make like $100 guitars. I think these are made in a city not too far from Hong Kong. I got mine set up really nice though, man. I really have it set up. I had to adjust everything: truss rod, string height of the pickups, everything that could be adjusted. But it's a really nicely made guitar. Stainless steel frets, strap locks there, lock-in tuners. Although I had to throw them away and replace them because they weren't very good. But I put other kind of cheap locking tuners in there, and I think they're gonna be fine. A roasted maple neck. It's not a one-piece neck, but offset bolt pattern, string through body construction. A lot of things that you'd associate with a higher-end guitar, especially the stainless steel frets. The reason why I've been playing it a lot is because stainless steel frets, beyond having very smooth. Beyond being very smooth on the bends, they don't wear out. They don't wear out like nickel steel frets tend to, and they're hard. They're a lot harder, so they don't wear. That makes them a lot more difficult to work with, and to how the construction method. They basically have to be pre-made and then added to the thing. Whereas the nickel ones they effectively cut them off a long coil and cut them to fit, and then it's a long story. But the point is, these stainless steel frets, assuming they're really stainless steel, should never wear out. So I should be able to play the living crap out of this guitar. Must be your skin, I'll second in. I must be for real. Now I can feel. I didn't mind. It's not my time. It's not my kind to wonder why everything goes right and everything's great. Now you're here and now you're away. Don't want this, remember that. I'll never forget you where you're at. Don't let the days roll by. Glycerine, I'm never alone. I'm alone all the time. Are you at one or do you lie? We live in a wheel where everyone steals, but when we rise it's like strawberry fields. If I treated you bad, you bruised my face. Couldn't love you anymore, you got a beautiful taste. I don't let the days roll by. I could have been easier on you. I couldn't change though I wanted to. I should have been easier by 3. Our old friends fear and you and me. Glycerine, needed you more when I wanted us less. Could not kiss, just regress. It might just be pure, simple, and plain. That's just fine, that's just one of my names. Don't let the days go by. could have been you. Glycerine. Song. All right, let's do well, I'm singing. I'm gonna do a bunch of these kind of acapella. I just play along with the guitar songs. My camera's working. Come on and take a seat next to me. You know we got what you need. We may be liars preaching to choirs, but we can sell your dreams. You don't need sympathy, they got a pill for everything. Just take that dark cloud, bring it out to wash it down, but don't pray for us. We don't need no modern Jesus to roll with us. The only rule we need is never giving up. The only faith we have is faith in us. We are the ones who start little fires, if they burn out. When they're on the rise, they can't help but shine. And when the wave approaches, take our ashes to the ocean. Who cares if hell awaits? We're having drinks at heaven's gate, but don't pray for us. We don't need no minor Jesus to roll with us. The only rule we need is never giving up. The only faith we have is faith in us. We know that we're helpless, he says with there soon, but we don't need to prove nothing to you. Let's all stay cool. You don't want to feel blue, but we won't sell you nothing you can't use. Don't pray for us. We don't need no modern Jesus to roll with us. The only road we need is never giving up. The only faith we have is faith in us. All right, I want to do this one here. But I don't remember the lyrics. That's a problem because I need to bring that up. Hold on a second. Lyrics, please. Thank you. Okay, it goes like this. That's how it goes. No one knows what it's like to be the bad man, to be the sad man behind blue eyes. No one knows what it's like to be hated, to be faded, to telling only lies. But my dreams, they hurt as empty as my conscience seems to be. I have hours only lonely. My love is vengeance that's never free. No one knows what it's like, feel these feelings like I do. and I blame you. No one bites back as hard on their anger, and none of my pain and woe I can show through. But my dreams are as empty as my conscience seems to be. I have hours only lonely. My love is vengeance that's never free. When my fist clenches, crack it open, or I use and lose my cool. When I smile, please tell me some bad news, or I laugh and act like a fool. If I swallow anything evil, put your fingers down my throat. If I shiver, please give me a blanket. Keep me warm, let me wear your coat. No one knows what it's like to be the bad man, to be the sad man behind blue eyes. Here's me enjoying playing that song. Yeah, we're gonna do some little karaoke, a little karaoke from the old YouTuberinos. Let's get it real. Oh, sure, why not? Give you a second to set her up here for you. I'll start with a little Counting Crows. Counting Crows, just because I happen to like this song. All right. Yeah, it's a pretty popular song to say. So she said, what's the problem, baby? What's the problem? I don't know. Well, maybe I'm in love. Think about it every time I think about it. Can't stop thinking about it. I'm a trying to take you to this just to get, cause I can't ignore it. If it's love, makes me wanna turn around and face me, but I don't know nothing but love. Come on, turn a little faster. Come on, the world will follow after. Come on, everybody's after us. So I said I'm a snowball running down into the spring that's coming. All this love melting under blue skies, melting out the sunlight, shimmering. Well, baby, I surrender to the strawberry ice cream. Never give up all of this love. Well, I didn't mean to do it, but there's no escaping love. Oh, these lines of lightning mean we're never alone, never alone. No, no, come on, move a little closer. Come on, wanna hear you whisper. Come on, settle down inside of my love. Come on, jump a little higher. Come on, let me feel a little lighter. Come on, we were once upon a time in love. We're accidentally in love. 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 Accidentally. I'm in love. I'm in love. I'm accidentally in love. Accidentally in love. Accidentally in love. I love playing that song. All right, what have we got next up here? Wonderwall. Wonderwall. I wonder what wall they're talking about. I don't know. What's this? Today gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. But now you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do. But you know, backbeat, the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never really had it down. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do, but you know. And all the roads we have to walk are winding, and all the lights and leaves they're blinding. There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. Maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, if I wonder, today is gonna be the day, but they'll never throw it back to you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you're not to do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do, but you know. And all the roads that lead there are winding, and all the lights like a bear blinding. There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. And maybe I'm gonna be the one that saves me. But after all, you might wonder why. I said, baby, you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you might wonder why. I said, baby, you're gonna be the one that saves me. You're gonna be the one that saves me. You're gonna be the one that saves me. Awesome song. I don't know. I didn't write or anything. We're not gonna do Deeply Something this time. I want to do Torn next for some strange reason. They have a decent version of that, right? Right? I don't remember which one we used. Which one has more views? This one does. Let's try this one. This is, I think, the one we do. All right. something real. Wide awake and I can see the perfect skies torn. I'm already torn. So I guess the fortune teller's right. I should have seen just what was there, not some holy light. To crawl beneath my veins and now I don't care, have no luck. I don't miss it all that much. There's just so many things I can't touch. I'm torn, I'm out of vein. This is how I feel. Golden I am, shame I'm naked on the floor. Illusion that never changed into something real. I'm wide awake and I can see the perfect sky's torn. You're a little late, I'm already torn. Where you used to lie, my inspiration has run dry. That's what's going on. Nothing's right, I'm torn. I'm all out of vein. This is how I feel. Cold and I am shamed. I am naked on the floor. Illusion never changed into something real. I'm wide awake and I can see the perfect sky's torn. I'm out of vein. This is how I feel. Golden, I am ashamed. I'm broken on the floor. You're a little late. I'm already torn. Fun song to play along to, too. I've known that song for a long time. What else we got here? How about like an REM song? We do this one though. Crowd pleaser. So slow, going down your mind with a radio. Standing behind the sunlight, nothing hiding behind a rainbow's wall, slipping and sliding all around the waterfall with you, brown-eyed girl. Girl. put a Jim Croce song. I won't play the guitar, but that's fine. Nobody cares. Jim Croce's songs. Which one though? Let's do Operator. It's actually a hard one. Let's see. I think this is the one we'll be doing. I don't know the guitar part. I'm just gonna sing it. Oh, this is a short song. I can learn it, I think, if I do myself into it. Operator, could you help me place this call? See, the number on the matchbook is old and faded. I can't do this to me. She's living in LA. Well, my best old ex-friend Ray. I don't know about my second voice today. As she said she knew, well, sometimes hated. But isn't that the way they say it goes? Let's forget all of that. Give me the number if you can find it. I can call just to tell it I'm fine at the show. I've overcome the blow. I've learned to take it well. Only wish my words just convince myself that it just wasn't real. But that's not the way it feels. Not doing justice to the song. That's fine. Operator, could you help me place this call? I can't read the number that you just gave me. There's something in my eyes. You know it happens every time. Think about the love that I thought would save me. But isn't that the way they say it goes? Well, let's forget all that. Give me the number and you can find it. I can call just to tell them I'm fine at the show. I've overcome the blow. I've learned to take it well. I only wish my words could just convince myself that it just wasn't real. But that's not the way it feels. No, 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 that's not the way it feels. Operator, let's forget about this call. No one there I really wanted to talk to. Thank you for your time. Well, you've been so much more than kind. You can keep the dime. But isn't that the way they say it goes? Let's forget all of that. Give me the number if you can find it. Why can't call just to tell them I'm fine at the show? I've overcome the blow. I've learned to take it well. I only wish my words could just convince myself that it just wasn't real. But that's not the way it feels. No, no, no. Gotta do at least one REM song, right? What do we got here? Where's my REM songs? Let's see. We haven't done this one in a while, right? Let's go in a minute. This one goes out to the one I can no longer. I can definitely cannot sing anymore. But that's not going to stop me. Hold on. What did I just do here? Get a commercial here. That's not going to stop me from doing one more song. There she goes. There she goes again. Pacing through my brain. And I just can't contain this feeling that remains. There she goes. There she goes again. Pulsing through my veins. And I just can't contain this feeling that remains. There she goes. There she goes again. Racing through my brain. And I just can't contain this feeling that remains. There she goes. There she goes again. Calls my name, pulls my train. No one else can heal my pain. And I just can't contain this feeling that remains. There she goes. There she goes again. Chasing through my veins. And I just can't contain this feeling that remains. There she goes. There she goes. There she goes. You can never stop me from playing that song. There she goes. There she goes again. Melting through my brain. And I just can't contain this feeling that remains. So when your own stream is live stream is recommended to yourself to show on your live stream, that's just not a thing. You know, it's just not right. Okay, let me move over here for a second. Thank you for so much for coming to today's stream. For all a lot of people, the regulars came, dropped by, and said hi. Why? Don't know. Let me turn all that reverb. Reverb's just for the singing. Just turn it off. It's fake. I don't got any reverb. No actual reverberation going on in the room. It's just dead as they could be. All the carpets and soft furniture and things. Okay, this was today's. Look how much kind of motion there is in the top. You can kind of see it in the camera, but in real life, it's even more dramatic. There's kind of like this weird depth effect to this. It's a cheap. Each one of these is different too. But I'm in love with my fancy cheap guitar. I'm probably going to be playing it more than any of my other guitars. I got a bunch of guitars which are better guitars, more expensive guitars, but they cost 6 times as much guitars and are better, but not that much better. And this is a pretty. I mean, it sounds good. It plays really nice. I got it playing really good. Stainless steel frets. Put new strings. Put the right. Put Ernie Ball strings on it. It's a great guitar. Okay, so what's going to happen is I'm going to end the stream for today. It's not going to be a raid or anything like that. Go see my friend Milo Lantana on Kick. All right, you know what I mean? But I'm going to say I take this off. I don't need to say word. Today was a wonderful stream. I had such a great time. I had an amazing time. Holy shit. Don't worry about that. I had such an amazing... Oh, God, the hair. I had such an amazing time today that I'm making a shocking decision that I'm going to do the whole damn thing again tomorrow. And the next day, and then... Okay. Including the Diet Coke, the flying around a Microsoft Flight Simulator, the big brain games, and the musical segment, which tomorrow will be the Rocksmith Bass Day, I believe. It should be fun. No. Should be fun for me. Why does this thing always keep loosening up? It's fucked up, I think. Anyway, what was I saying there? Yes. My lieutenant, I'm so glad we had this time together just to have a laugh or sing a song. Drink some Diet Coke, and just before you need it comes the time we have to drink the rest. And she would say, that's actually not the, I think I forgot the lyrics already. All right, see you guys next time.